Hey, it's me. Who is this? It's Susan, George's mom. Oh, hello, Susan. I'm so sorry. George never told me you have my number. I didn't expect you to get in touch with me. It sounds like you're not delighted to receive a text from me. Do you feel bothered by me? Not at all. I'm just surprised because I didn't know you have my number. That's all. I might have to call you from time to time going forward, so make sure to save my number. Understood? Yes, ma'am. How can I help you? I have encountered such an unpleasant situation. Can I ask you a favor? Absolutely. What can I do for you? I'm sure my son has told you about my chronic lower back pain. It has been going on forever. I thought it was getting better for the past couple of months, but unfortunately, it came back since early this week. I went to see the doctor yesterday, and he prescribed painkillers for me. It helps me with the pain, but it doesn't get to the root cause of the pain. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because my pain is so severe, it's hard for me to do anything, including grocery shopping and house chores. So I'm asking if you could help me with those things. I hope you have time for that. I'm more than willing to help you if you are having a hard time. I'll do my best to help you in any way I can. Is that so? That's fantastic. Can you go grocery shopping for me right now? I need a bag of rice, a pack of beef, 2 packs of shrimp, a box of apples, and a bunch of bananas. When you browse through the store, you can also grab other things that's not on the list I gave you if you think I would need those. Please grab a broad variety of stuff in adequate quantities and drop them off at my place. It would be appreciated if you can do that sooner than later. It's not too hard for you to do it for me, is it? I would love to, but unfortunately, it would be hard for me to do so right now. I'm on my way to work at the moment since it's Thursday, but I believe I could make it happen on the weekend. How about you grab only a couple of things that you need immediately from the mini mart close to your house? No, because that market is so overpriced compared to Vaughn's on Grand Avenue. Isn't that place 15 minutes away from your house? Yes, it is. However, a woman should pay attention to the price of the goods so she can save up as much as she can by buying the cheaper ones. You can't make a habit of buying more pricey goods just because it's more convenient. Let me tell you a story of mine. When I was young, probably in my late 20s, I used to take trains for 2 hours back and forth to get what I needed for cheaper price with better quality. I was pregnant at the time, yet I devoted myself to be frugal. That's how I raised my 2 boys to be extraordinary human beings by saving up so much. You need to learn how to be frugal first if you want to marry my son. George makes money by working so hard, and I won't let you waste his money so effortlessly. I should tell you that I make enough money on my own, so I don't think there will be any chance of me wasting his money. You don't need to worry about that, but I think this is the only way if you want to save money so much. You should go and do the grocery shopping by yourself by driving to the other side of the town. That sounds like the only way that you approve of. I said I can't drive or go grocery shopping because of my lower back pain. Then how about calling George or Greg? They'll be happy to help you. I'm sure it would be easier for you to ask them for a favor than me since they're your sons, right? Do you think it makes sense to call my sons who are busy working only to ask them to go grocery shopping for me in the middle of the day? We can take care of that kind of stuff since we are women. What do men know about groceries? You shouldn't bother your husband with grocery shopping or house chores. They're meant for women. Do you understand? I have work too. I have a job. Still, you're a woman. Women can't be more competent or busy than men. Women accomplish less than men at work. Speaking of your work, how about you quit it since you're not going to make so much money anyway? How much do you make? Less than $40,000, right? My son is more than capable of making enough money for both of you. It sounds like a great idea that you quit your job sooner than later. You will get busy pretty soon to plan your wedding and even busier for holidays and birthdays after the wedding. You'll be the only daughter-in-law in our family, so it's your responsibility to take care of special days. You also have to take care of your father-in-law who literally gets sick all the time. He has doctor's appointments every 4 weeks, and that's your responsibility when you become George's wife. I don't think you can afford to have a job on top of fulfilling your responsibilities I just mentioned. What do you think? You agree with me, right? I'm sorry, but I don't agree with you at all. I don't think quitting my job will ever happen. I love my work and I'm proud of what I do. I have no other choice but to work. What do you mean you have no other choice but to work? Are you saying you're not going to do what I tell you to do by making excuses about your work? Is that what you're saying? Then why are you trying to get married? Why are you trying to get married and make people uncomfortable when you can live alone and do whatever you want to do? What do you mean uncomfortable? That's absurd. I'm only trying to do what other people do. I wanted to marry the man I love and have kids with him just like any other people do. Does that sound uncomfortable to you? Look at you talking right back to me. You think I'm a joke because you're making some money, don't you? This is exactly why I don't welcome you as my son's wife. I never wanted a working daughter-in-law. I can see how you're going to treat your husband just because you're making some lousy money. I'm sorry to cut you off in the middle, but I have to get going. I have some important work to do. Okay, fine. I'll go grocery shopping from the small store that's right in front of my house for today. But you must stop by my place tomorrow morning before work. Make sure to make breakfast, do laundry, and clean the house tomorrow morning. You should come very early in the morning to complete the tasks. Like I said, my lower back pain is so severe and I can't take care of house chores. It would be helpful if you could do them for me. You're not going to say no to only 3 chores, will you? Of course not. I'll stop by your house early tomorrow morning. I'll gladly help you whenever you need my help since we're going to be family pretty soon. I'll see you in the morning. There you go. Now you're in the right mind. Okay then. I'll be waiting for you. Hey, why did you fold clothes and towels like this? How do you not know how to fold them properly when you're 35 years old? It's inexcusable even if you were raised by only your father without a mother. Clothes and towels will be wrinkled so easily if you fold them like this, and that should not happen. I'll teach you how they should be folded properly next time. You should come and learn. Was it so inconvenient how I folded them? I've always folded mine like that, and I never found it inconvenient or wrinkled. I can see how you're going to do the rest of the house chores. What can you do when you can't even fold the laundry properly? Besides, you have serious problems with how you clean and do the dishes, not to mention your cooking skills. I can see the dust floating around the air because you only vacuum the floor instead of mopping it with wet towels. Swift was ready to be used in the closet. You should have put the dishes back in the cabinet after you dried them with drying towels. I can't believe you left them on the drying rack when they were still wet. Last but not least, your breakfast omelet was too salty and the egg was not cooked well. Oh my goodness. I was so surprised at how sloppy you are when you're old enough to take care of them properly. You have a long way to go. You know what? I'll be generous and teach you from A to Z before your wedding so you'll do them right for George. I always put the dishes on the drying rack to air dry them because I prefer not to dry them with drying towels. Also, I think it's impossible to mop your floor with wet towels during the busy morning time. I personally think I did the best I could. Everybody has different styles to handle house chores, and yours and mine may be different from one another. That doesn't mean one of us is wrong. Honestly, I feel terrible to listen to your criticisms after doing you a favor when I didn't have to do it for you. I thought you would at least appreciate me trying. I can't believe how rude you are! I'm only pointing out what you weren't able to learn properly because you didn't have a mom. You should be grateful for me who is willing to teach you. How dare you express how unpleasant you are? I have no idea how I should teach you, and you're so aggressive and disrespectful. This is exactly why I told George that he shouldn't marry a girl who wasn't raised by a mom. You shouldn't bring my mom into this conversation. Besides, you should talk trash about me after you cleaned your house properly. What did you say? Your television was completely covered by dust to the point it looked like it was in Pompeii, and your bathroom had so much mold all around the corners. Are you doing a science experiment or something? There were so many black plastic bags in your patio that were mingled with one another. I don't even know what they possibly were. How about the kitchen? Everything in the kitchen, including the countertop, stovetop, and microwave, were covered in grease. I could see you didn't wipe them off in forever. You're not so good at house chores, are you? It's just funny how and what you're going to teach me when you can't even do it right yourself. Wow, you're unbelievable. You look down on me, who will be your mother-in-law, so easily, even before you get married. And I can't imagine how much more you're going to be hard on me after you get married. You owe me a huge apology. Come to me right frickin' now and apologize to me on your knees. I won't forgive you unless you apologize to me sincerely with all your heart. You know you have to do this, right? Right? I'm going to be your mother-in-law soon enough, and I'm going to make your life a living hell if you don't apologize to me right now. I'm capable of making your life miserable and pathetic, but I guess you will not want that, will you? Ouch. I apologize that I'm not sorry at all. I'm sorry that I'm not the person who has free time in the middle of the day to get on my knees for something petty. I don't owe you anything, and I have no time for this. What did you say? Are you saying you're going to be fine with breaking off your engagement with my son? George works for a quasi-governmental organization, and his little brother passed the interview for the same type of organization. George is making almost $70,000 a year, and you're making a big mistake if you let him go. Do you even realize what's going on? You keep saying you have a job and you're proud about it, but you make so much less than George. You need to listen to me when I say this. Make sure to hold on to him tight and never let him go. You're going to regret it big time. He should be the best thing that happened to you, so hold on to him when you still have a chance. Understood? What's wrong with you? Didn't I say you owe me an apology and you need to ask for my forgiveness on your knees with all your heart? You still have not come to me to apologize when I have been waiting for you for 3 days. Are you advertising yourself how you weren't taught properly in your mom's absence? I can't believe your disgusting attitude. You know what? We had an emergency family meeting to talk about you. You are being so ridiculous that we needed to decide on the course of action. Don't be too surprised, but we decided to break off your engagement with my son. You don't deserve my smart, competent son after what you did to me. Accept the consequences and get away from George. Okay? Don't you dare hover around him. Is this a joke or something? You're so funny. You know that? I thought such nonsense existed only in the soap operas or books, but it actually existed in real life. When you're saying you decided to cut me off after having a family meeting, that means George agreed to this. Is that right? Of course. You don't need to ask twice. I told him to break up with you because I can't accept you as my daughter-in-law who can't even do house chores correctly. Not to mention you're extremely old and rude. He didn't say a thing and agreed with me right away. He said he'll follow my words no matter what. Is that so? Did he say that? Yes, he absolutely did. The best thing that could happen to me when my son is married is that he has babies and let me become a grandmother. I told him it's questionable if you will be able to have a baby because you're so old already. You know it's automatically high-risk pregnancy when you're 35, right? I told him I'll introduce him to a young lady who is also pretty and kind, and he said that sounds like a fantastic idea. He told me he's going to break up with you soon. Poor you. Will you stand a chance to meet someone again and get married at your age? You must be devastated when he breaks up with you. You won't be able to meet someone like my son again who is competent, smart, and handsome, will you? I can tell your life will be pathetic after losing him. Are you sure everything you told me is true? I swear to God. I can't believe he was such a terrible person. I can't believe I wasted 3 years of my life with an awful guy. What I told you is 100% true, so you should give up on him. You should forget about him and move on. I'm telling you for your sake. Okay then. Will you tell your younger son to forget about getting a job at my company as well? What does that mean? Did you genuinely think Greg passed the interview on his own when he barely graduated from 4-year college and had no work experience, even intern or volunteer experience at all? Did you think he earned the job by himself? If you thought so, you have no business of being his mom. You should be the one who knows the best about your son, and you clearly don't. How pathetic. It's so funny and miserable that you thought he earned a job by himself. You don't know a single thing about him, do you? What did you say? What did you say about Greg? Are you calling him incompetent and stupid? You're right that he didn't go to a prestigious school and barely graduated from college. Nevertheless, he has a degree, and that's the same for everyone. It doesn't matter if he had 4.0 GPA or 2.5, because he earned the degree at the end of the day. No, you would want to believe so, but GPA does matter as a matter of fact. How dare you? Who do you think you are calling my son stupid? You're lowballing him because you're upset for being dumped by his brother. This is exactly why you can't be with George. George is too good for you. I hope I don't bruise your ego when I say this. I'm the one who offered the job to him because I'm the president of R&O Analytics. And my dad is the founder and CEO of R&O Analytics. That's absurd. That can't be possible. I wouldn't have hired Greg, who was below 3.5 GPA, but I gave him a special treatment because he was my fiancé's little brother. There were so many candidates with 3.5 and above, which means one of the strong candidates lost his opportunity because of your son, who was not good enough for the job to begin with. Hold on. Wait a second. Your dad barely had a life after being divorced by your mom, and that's why you weren't taught properly by him. And what did you just say? Founder and CEO. He is nothing but a single dad. Maybe he is self-employed and calling himself CEO, who must have a very small amount of office that's located at the end of the building. Besides, you're the president. Gosh, you're not a good liar, are you? Did you think I would buy it if you came up with the president and whatnot? You got the wrong lady. You're not listening to me at all, are you? My dad was being considerate because he is such a wonderful human being, unlike you, who can't stop bullying her soon-to-be daughter-in-law. When we had a meeting with your family to talk about the wedding, he dressed up as a middle-class man as he didn't want you to have an inferiority complex. Was his dress up too much for you? It looks like you completely fell for it. How dare you call him a self-employed single dad when he is the CEO of a renowned company? He started it by himself and he fought tooth and nail to grow his company to be worth $3 billion. Do you have any idea how much my dad's Rolex cost, which he was wearing when he met you? I'm sure you don't, because you never had one and you can never afford one. Excuse me? Are you calling me poor? And I don't know how you came up with the idea of my dad, but the truth is he was never divorced by my mom, and my mom passed away from her chronic illness. My dad has always been a gentleman who was never poor or insufficient. You can't bully him based on your assumption just because he raised me by himself. He did everything to me. He was both mom and dad to me. He supported me in any way he could, and I'm grateful for him how he devoted his life to me. The only reason why I offered a job to Greg was because George was so worried about him that he couldn't get a job despite his efforts to get one for a long time. Like I said, he was underqualified, but I still wanted to give him a chance and invest in him. I thought I could do that much for him because I thought we were going to be a family. Well, look how he's ended up now. His stupid mother ruined everything for him, didn't she? Everything would have been so smooth and perfect if she stayed quiet. But instead, she couldn't help but to be thoughtless and eventually ruined everything for her son. You should be extremely satisfied right now. You're a liar. George never told me you're from a wealthy family. He wouldn't hide that from me. You must be desperately lying to hold on to my son. That's what it is. Well, that's partly true. He didn't lie to his mom. I did. I happened to develop this habit to disguise who I really am to others because there were so many people who wanted to get close to me only for my money since I was little. Money is such a wicked thing that affects people's relationships. Something weird happens when money kicks in a relationship and it makes the genuine feelings between two people go away. That's why I don't disclose about myself to anyone. Are you saying you have been seeing my son by lying about yourself? You know that's a fraud. A marriage fraud, right? Don't be ridiculous and cancel Greg's job offer if you don't want to be sued for marriage fraud. I hope you're not that foolish. Do you actually think I'm going to be afraid of you? Your threats? Do you think you can scare me with your little words? On what ground are you going to sue me? In order for you or George to sue me, I should have gained some kind of benefits from him. Most likely monetary benefits, but I haven't gained anything. I actually have lost one of the strongest candidates that was such a good fit for my company to take your son out of generosity. I should be the one to sue you. Your sons are the ones who benefited by our relationship, not me. Do you understand? No, I don't. I don't know who has benefited by what, but one thing I know for sure is that you're a liar! What can you do when you don't know what's going on in the world when you're old enough to know already? It's a shame you still don't get what's going on right now. What you need to do here is get on your knees and desperately ask for my forgiveness for your son. You should be begging right now for your son's future. That's what a mom should do, and that's what Greg would want you to do. Well, don't actually pretend to ask for my forgiveness right now after what happened. Everything is done and there's no more chance. I have nothing more to say to you or to hear from you. I'm done with all of you. Good luck with Greg looking for another job. After what happened, Susan literally got on her knees and desperately asked for my forgiveness. She begged me not to break off my engagement with George and to take the job offer back from Greg. And George kept calling me and texting me day and night saying what his mom said was not true. He said it's a misunderstanding how his family decided to break off our engagement by having a family meeting. He miserably asked me to believe him and forgive his mom, but I didn't say a word but blocked him right away. I heard Greg, who ended up not getting into my company, is looking for another job, yet it's not easy. The mother of those two sons must be suffering from what she did every minute of her life. I'm sure she's aware she ruined both of her sons' futures that may have been shining. She may be my savior in some sense, because I might have been her daughter-in-law and bullied for the rest of my life, but she will be nothing but a disgusting mom to her sons who ruin their lives. I wish the brothers the best of luck, and hopefully Susan has learned her lessons. Thanks for watching! If you liked the video, please like and subscribe for more videos.